It began in Africa, thousands of years before the coming of the black prophet Jesus. It began in Africa, thousands of years before the coming of the black prophet Jesus. Began with an inventive black man, perhaps astounded at the beauty of the universe around him, as his tribesmen worshipped the divine manifestations of that beauty in all things: the sun, a rock, the lush tropical trees of the jungles. So he began to beat on a log, just jiving at first, but high on all that beauty and what it meant to him. He beat that first crude drum to express his amazement, perhaps his joy at his surroundings. It was a very simple beat at first. Then, as my man's understanding of his environment grew, so did his expression of his emotions through mankind's first drum. The log grew larger, changed shape, became a show-enough drum, and the beat grew more complex. The cadence was picked up, and different beats began to have different meanings. The expression grew into a more refined art form: percussion, music, the fundamental monitor from space to space. Began in Africa. Soon the African developed his natural flair for percussion, for the beat, passed it on to his brothers and sisters when he saw they had the flair too, and a form of communication evolved on more than simply one level. The African telephone of that day did not ring, but beat it into your head. It summoned other tribes from far away to listen to messages of soul with a solid beat. It began in Africa, thousands of years before the coming of the black prophet Jesus. It began in Africa, thousands of years before the coming of the black prophet Jesus. We gave the world the beat and lyrical melodies of oppression in all its forms. But like a never-ending fountain of soul, we kept the beat and kept it moving and improving and grooving until today, people of the sun, we are one with warm tropical nature. It began in Africa. And our music has dominated this culture, and the courage and unstoppable qualities of this indefinable, indescribable beat, thousands of years before the coming of the black prophet Jesus. are the beaters of drums and other things to which we can impart raw soul. We are the beaters, but we will never be beaten. It began in Africa, thousands of years before the coming of the Black Prophet Jesus. It began in Africa.